Hold on, I can't hear.
There we
Can you hear? Okay. Yeah, it's like
Yes. Good morning,
jumping
everyone, and
around.
welcome to SwagHer Magazine Sisterhood Spotlight. And it's Saturday, so we are going to spotlight an amazing talent. Some people say unsung. I say unsung. She's a talent of many things. She carries weight of many talents. She is a poet. And this is all the things I know from the top of my head. I'm not reading the script. A poet. She does bits of fashion. She definitely is a singer. She is just an amazing, she does natural skincare, oil care, hair, all things. She's just a Jill of all trades. And I have her with us today, and she goes by the name of Phoenix Ryzun. Welcome, Phoenix Ryzun.
Hello. Thank you for
Welcome.
having me.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome to SwagHer Magazine Sisterhood Spotlight. And of course, today we want to find out all about you. We want you to showcase yourself and tell us about all the things you have your hands in, because you have been consistent in your bag, your talents. And I know with a woman or a person like you that have so many talents, it's really hard sometimes to juggle and to turn your brain on.
Yes.
And so I know it can become difficult, but I want to first ask you the question of, what is sisterhood to you? What does it look like to Phoenix Ryzun?
Sisterhood to me is, first we're going to say a family thing. Um, we're not gatekeepers. We support and encourage each other to move forward in our aspects, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's as much as just encouraging you to just get off the bed for the day and touch some grass. So, sisterhood is real encouragement, real support, checking me when I'm not. Checking me when I'm not cool, checking in on me when I'm not cool, or when I'm being the strongest and don't even know how to, subside to myself, or, slow down for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, sisterhood is really a lie. And it's real love. I'm gonna say that. I'm definitely gonna say that it's real love that come in different ways.
That's right. That is so true. A lot of people, that is a term, and now probably even like a slang, because everybody's calling each other sis, right?
Hmm.
And they don't pull that weight of like really that sis weight, like responsibility. Like,
Right.
check me, correct me privately. Please don't make it a
Hmm.
public, broadcast, but lovingly, like you said, all the things, and be consistent. Like, don't just show up and tell me when I'm wrong and then disappear. And the next time I
Right.
see you, when I'm wrong again, because then I'm looking
Hmm.
at you sideways.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I
Absolutely.
agree. I totally agree. I love that. So Phoenix Rising, you are and have been, I think even before you even knew it, an entrepreneur in your own right, whether you knew it or not. You've always been able to pull together something and make it happen with talent, things that you didn't even have to learn. It was just natural. So tell me the journey of the beginning of you identifying your skills and talent of your first business.
Um, my first business was actually like skincare and fragrances. To be honest with you, I didn't even really have a plan with that. I just knew I could make a product. I knew some people, and I could sell a product. And then that became a word of a mouth thing, and I actually liked doing it. And then when I started seeing results from like the hair products, it just was like, okay, well, that's something I can keep doing, and then people started requesting, so it started encouraging and supporting me even more. um and then with my fragrances, I even had, people ordering from different states and stuff, and, really putting orders in. And it's just like, oh, wow. And then I'm seeing my little pictures up in, other people's pages. So it's just like, oh, that's cool. So,
Yeah.
I just kept it going. Did I really identify as being an entrepreneur? No, absolutely not. It was just something I said I thought I could do and wanted to do it. And I have children, so who couldn't use the extra couple dollars? And it didn't take no whole lot to get started either.
Yeah. So yeah, you make it seem so easy though, and you make it look easy because you are. And I always said to you and teased you. I was like, you're so talented. I can't even part straight, and you could just do all these things in like 5 seconds. And that's the truth. So, you also had a talent before you even again knew you had a talent, and that's your voice. So,
Yes.
yes, tell us
Yes.
about like your going into utilizing that voice.
So it was shaky ground. I mean, just a small background. I always sung when I was little. So, and my mother was a singer, so I got it from her. So, just dipped and dabbed, growing up a little bit. I was in all ensembles in school and choirs and all of that stuff coming up. And 16, 17, I went into it. I got shelved for the rappers. So then I kind of left it alone. So about 2000, I want to say 17, 18, I actually started building an in-home studio. But again, the plan was not for me. It was for my kids.
That's right.
It was for my kids. So I called myself running for music again. And then I came back to it. It was reintroduced to me. I found a new love for it like back in 22,
Okay.
um, singing wise. But then I really started heading into the lyricism. So I don't like to really call it rap for real because anybody can rap, but you have to be ripped from a different kind of cloth to have some real lyricism going on.
That's right. That's right.
So I walked into that realm, and I actually kind of liked it there. So I get to do a lot of the wordplay and um,
Yeah.
express myself in ways that most females won't. About really telling about them, their experiences and their feels and their thoughts, and not all the wrong. Not saying I don't have it. I don't have anything against anybody that does raunchy music, sexualized music, but that's just not my thing. To me, it's enough out there of that. So.
Yeah. True. So you definitely went from singing, using your voice, into writing and then
Hmm.
producing. What, like,
Yeah.
what shifted for you to decide to? I mean, singing is like you carry that, but then to say I'm gonna
Yeah.
build a studio in my house. Tell me about that.
So this is the thing. So in the industry, right? And I'm just gonna say the local industry.
Yes.
My pockets ain't big enough to be trying to go into somebody's studio. You feel me?
True.
So I'm a long term type person. If I invest this, I'm gonna have this for a while. So
That's
I
right.
started investing into my own programs and going on YouTube University to learn how to, use these things, and then tapping into the resources of people that I know that know a lot about my equipment and stuff. So I just started dipping and dabbing. Because I'm one of them. I want to be a one stop shop. I want to be where you can record, where you can produce, where you can engineer. I don't want to have to outsource nowhere else if I absolutely do not have to.
Okay.
So I just feel like if you're going to do it, why not do it all the way? Ain't no point in being no rapper and you got a studio and you still got to call people to your crib. You feel me? And utilize your things that you should learn how to and know how to use,
True.
or just take the time to. Now, ain't been no walk in the park. Trust and believe it. It has not been no walk in the park because some of them things is just like I'm reading Chinese backwards. So and I'm a hands-on person. So, and I don't have nobody right next to me saying, okay, well, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. So and then also too with the producing and the engineer, I don't know if you ever heard like it's something like with food, you like you see food and then you imagine how it would taste in your mouth, right? And then when
Hmm.
you finally eat it, it's either you're satisfied with that taste that it met with your mind, or it's something totally different. That's how sound is to me.
I like
So I
that.
had a particular sound in my head, in my ears that kept going, kept going. And if I didn't learn it, I was never going to be satisfied with it. I was never going to be satisfied with it. I had went to Upteen Studios and I just was not getting what I needed. So now I done learned this. I done grew somewhat of a skill. Um, that's more satisfying to me now. So now I hear my music differently. I don't even half the time I have to remind myself that that is me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's talent though. Like that's again, that's your talent. You're talented. So all your talents and all because you do your research on
Mm.
everything. I like how you said you pretty much, stepped outside of your studio and you building and started visiting others just to kind of identify with how to critique your business
Yeah.
and brand. So with all that, tell me, have you ever had any type of self-doubt through this process?
Um, to be honest, I greet myself with self doubt every day, but I use that as fuel because it's like, okay, girl, all right, you feel like that right now, but once you take them shoes off and relax your head, let your head down, you know you're gonna get into something and you're gonna come out with something else.
That's right.
So the self doubt that I deal with is, what are you really going to create? Are you going to create a hard enough sound to where so you really expressing yourself, or you just playing around?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like Erica Badu. I'm sensitive about my, you know what. So you feel me? So it's like if I'm taking the time to do that, I want it to be my very best. And
Yeah.
sometimes my very best, it to me is never enough. I literally have to have my best friend slash partner. You cool, you cool. This is good. This is good. Like you don't have to do nothing else.
Ah,
I don't know how you can make this better, you know?
right.
So sometimes it's that self-doubt come in, it be there, but then it disappears. I can honestly say over the past 2 years, my confidence has definitely grew as far
Yeah.
as in my lyricism. Yeah, I had took don't get me wrong, I still do my singing, I still sing, but I like background vocals and undertones and stuff like that versus straightforward singing. Now, but I'll blow you down, but that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Not at all.
But
Not at all.
so,
Not at
but
all.
I really like my lyricism, and I really push for my lyricism. Like I really reach, I dig deep, because what I don't like to do is walk away from something and I feel like I didn't get it all out, because I'll obsess myself with it until I do.
True words of a Capricorn. Real
No,
life Capricorn story.
for real.
Capricorns are always so talented, and it's just like, look, imperfectionist. So yes, she's a Capricorn, if
Yes,
you were wondering.
yes,
So
I'm very much
how
so.
has very much how has growing up in your city, Baltimore, influenced your artistry and creativity as an artist and producer and all the things?
So, as an artist here in my city in Baltimore, it's what we deal with here, right? Is it seems like every other person is an artist, whether they're a singer, a rapper, it's like every other person. So for me, I get the I don't sound like everybody. So that's one of my main motivations. And also my momentum as well. I don't sound like nobody here. Half of the people that's here don't even think I'm from here. When they hear my music, you know, um, I get these looks to where as though like you really spitting like that. Like that's not really girly per se. But then I have to ask, well, what is girly?
Right.
Like this is my life. A lot of things that I talk about are experiences being here, being in the local Baltimore City industry. You do get a lot of support underground.
Mm.
It's a bunch of us underground with so much talent. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No offense to the ones that are popular, but the popular demand ones, they kind of cover us up a little bit. So with me and the journey that I'm taking now, I'm coming from behind them shadows, baby. You gonna know my name. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Uh, the city definitely put a little pressure on me because you do have to do a lot more than the norm. And then I know they say age doesn't matter, but I'm actually busting out in the industry in the city where it's a lot of younger folks.
Yeah.
My age may be a little older, but my message still stands.
That's it.
Because you will get my age one day, and you could very well still face some of these. All
Yeah.
right,
Girl.
so so that's
Yes.
just where I'm at with it.
I'm glad you mentioned your name is going to be known and your name is being known. Let's talk about you creating the name Phoenix Rising. Like, tell me the story behind why Phoenix Rising, why that name.
Okay, so I came from before Phoenix Rising. My first stage name was I think it was Shy Mimi or something like that. And I was no longer shy for real. Once I started busting out, it was no longer that. So it didn't resonate with me. So around this time I had a spiritual coach,
Mhm.
and what she kept expressing to me, what she kept seeing in her future for me, you know, what she kept describing, we still never put a name on it. But what she kept describing, it just was like, you keep saying I'm rising, I'm coming from the ashes. Like, I done been through so much and now I'm really rebuilding myself and I see it. So what do you call it? And she was like, oh girl, that's a phoenix, baby. That's a phoenix.
That's
And then
right.
we hit my last name considering, and then we hit the rise, and then we just changed it up. And I said, oh yeah, that's a bad. We doing that. We doing that. So yeah, that's where it came from. And it was so fitting. It was so
Yes.
fitting because, long story short, I made a huge turnaround. A huge turnaround. A huge turnaround in things going on, and especially being more serious about myself, taking things more serious about myself, appreciating myself more, appreciating that I got a real talent and craft out here that a lot of people are scared to do, you know? And then it really set in when I did my first performance. And it was crazy
Mhm.
because my first performance, it was a post like the day before, say anybody that's want to chill and talk about some music, want to come out, just come on down. So I actually
Right.
came down there and got like this coaching encouragement session that I wasn't even looking for. I really was just coming outside. I didn't want to be in the house. And I go in there, and then they giving me all these things, like all this support and encouragement. Like, don't even think about it.
Mm.
Performing was never on my list. I just wanted to be a studio singer. That was it
That's
around that
right.
time. So the next day I go in there and I perform. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't I wasn't shook. I just blocked out everything and forgot everything and didn't even think about it and just went on ahead and did it.
Yeah.
And that was it for me. I said, "Oh yeah, you definitely Phoenix in the making. I mean, you are here, baby. You have arrived." And I say that because you would have never found me on a stage. You would have never found me in front of people performing. That was nothing I ever had plans on doing, and I built
Mm.
a life to it. So now I'm trying to create things where the way that I want to perform, and my counterpart, my best friend, because we're in a group now. So I did that. We're doing that. We're doing things how we want to. Because one of the things about the industry, they try to tell you, you have to do it this way. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you do not. We live in a time where everything is digital,
Yes.
everything is social. I can literally have a concert in my backyard right now.
You can.
You feel me? I can have people stop by and jump in and do features if I
Yep.
wanted to. So it's like the sky is the limit. It's the inevitable out here. You can really do what you really want to do. The question is, are you going to be lazy, or you going to get up? Are you going to be consistent? Or you going to take the good with the bad? And I have finally got out of that. I got out of
Yeah.
that. I started not being afraid to make mistakes. So
I
that's
love
all
that.
that built with the growth with Phoenix Rising.
I love that for you because I've remember conversations. You and I have a history, and we'll get to that another day, another time. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember conversations with you, and you were saying you were running from God's calling for you to use your voice. Like you would
Yes.
pick it up, put it down,
Oh.
put it up. Like I remember you would always be like, look, I'm not. And so I love how the years pass. I don't want to say age, but the years go on, and I love the
Mm-hmm.
way you matured and you allow it to allow the spirit and allow your gift to use you in your lane the way you
Mm-hmm.
want it to and the way it's intended to. So your voice is still, I mean, you're using your voice obviously even in production because
Yeah.
that's you have that you sign that signature of each piece you create for anyone else. So I love your maturity. I love the way you've matured. I love the way you've developed. I love the way you've come together. And I love the way you accept every bit about you to even create Phoenix Rising. And I love the rising part because it's just not Phoenix. You're saying
Hmm.
I'm always rising. So
Absolutely.
I love that. I'm so proud you. I'm so proud of you. I
Thank
am
you. That really
so
means a
proud of
lot.
you.
Thank you. That
I
means a
love
lot.
it. So let's start listing off some stuff, and I'll let you do it. Tell me all of the talents and all of the ventures you have done. You can name them, and I'm going to finish it with a bow. So go ahead. Tell me all the things. Tell us all the things you are talented and good at.
Okay. Okay. Well, y'all heard
We
the
might be here a
music.
minute.
Okay, so I'm good with the music, the singing, the rapping. I'm a lockster. I'm a lock maintenance person. I do hair. I used to do weaves, all them things. I make fragrances, skin fragrances, hair growth. The hair growth thing is the thing now. I really love that. I'm good at helping people putting little small business plans together. Um, hold their hand through that. Um, what they call it, a hood therapist, you might as well say. I have people DMing me that I don't even know, and they like to talk to me about a lot of things. And I just kind of give them life experiences with that, and they make it work for them. I, oh Lord, I don't even
You have a
know.
lot.
Yes, I even sold dinners at one point.
Juicing.
Goodness gracious, well,
You did
that's a
juicing.
question.
You did some juicing.
You
Some.
said
You was
what?
doing some. You were doing some
Yes,
juicing.
yes, I was. I
You
done
do
forgot all
everything.
about that. Thank you. Yes,
You
I
do
did
everything.
juices. Yeah, I did. You know what? It's really, I don't even know how to name it all, but yes, it's a lot. But that's a
So
lot right there, though.
it is a lot. So, but it's
Yes.
great because you are really. It's just not a lot that you're bad at. It's a lot that you're good at. So let me
Yes.
ask you this question. Out of all those things you listed and more, what is your favorite version of yourself?
My favorite version of myself. I'm also gonna say, you talking about as far as what I did, like now.
The experience, the talent. What makes you feel the warm and fuzzy out of all of that?
Oh, it's definitely gonna be my music, for sure. It's definitely gonna be my music. With my music, I get to channel into all the personalities that roll around in my head all day. So
Yeah.
hey, I get I get to
Yeah.
express it. So I get to turn into who I want to turn into, alter ego, softness. When I really want to get stuff out. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. With this music stuff, my days are a whole lot lighter.
Ooh.
They're lighter, very much so lighter. I
Mm.
am not as heavy as I used to be. Not at all. So because I get to express, and I get to express in a very healthy way that I don't have to feel guilty about.
Mm.
So yeah, my music is to answer that question.
I love that. Oh gosh, you found your way, honey. You found it.
Yes,
Let's let's
thank
talk
you.
about some of the because this is a sisterhood spotlight. So SwagHer magazine is a magazine that showcases, celebrates, and supports all women, and specifically the intentional woman who loves to keep it real. And with that,
Mhm.
I know you've had support. And tell me about some of the women. And shout out your partner, your partner that you're
Yes.
in now. Let's shout out the women that have supported Phoenix Rising and that is and helping Phoenix continue to rise.
Well, my all-time biggest supporter, best friend, my rock, that's really my soulmate, my partner of Crimson Soul, the other half of Crimson Soul, because we formed Crimson Soul together.
Yeah.
She has been, oh man, I can't even really explain. Like, it's really no words. She has been everything that I've ever needed outside of my mom, because man, you mommy rocking and rolling nowhere with her, no matter how we going, how we
Yes,
doing.
she is.
She's rocking and rolling, okay? But my best friend though, she takes away the doubt in a lot of things. She
Mm,
slows down the thinking process, the overstimulation, the coming to moments. She also is that voice that also be like, it's okay to celebrate.
That's right.
It's okay to smile through this. It's okay to make mistakes. And with her is, I feel like I can conquer anything. Like we give each other that. She has her days, I have my days, and we right there, just like that with each other. My mother continuously believing in anything I put my hands on.
Yes.
The way that she stayed prayed up for me, the way that she loves on me, the way that she supports. And I gotta say, the way that she prays for me. You
Mm.
know, I don't know if some can feel that, but I feel it every day.
Yeah.
Because I feel myself getting better with the help of her. I'm in a no judgment zone to where so I have people in my life that don't judge me for my faults. They don't
That's right.
judge me of anything. They love me all and all together. And when you get that different kind of love, you show up a different kind of way.
Say that.
You show up in ways that you never even thought you could show up.
Mm.
So with that, like them two, they definitely been my rock. And then, my little sister, she keep me on my toes. If this is what we're gonna do to be better, this is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do. So that's my warden right there. That's my PO over there. Little sis is the PO. So with these three women right here,
That's
mind
right.
you, they're all entrepreneurs. All of them. Every single last one of them. So with them is, man, listen, I'm still trying to figure out how we gonna take over the world, all four of us together. You hear me?
That's
So,
it.
so with them, I know I definitely would not be right here, especially not now.
That's a blessing. And I'm so happy to hear. Of course, I knew I was going to hear the shout out to your mom because she is definitely your huge supporter, your
Yes.
rock. And that I
Yeah.
know. So shout out to you, mom. Let's talk about the intentional impact of your music, your business, and your entrepreneurship. What intentional impact are you looking, aiming, and hoping to make in your community, in or for yourself in your business?
Well, for us, the music concerned with Crimson Soul, because at first I was on a solo journey, but my
Mm-hmm.
message and all of that is still the same. I want to be a therapeutic voice to the community. You feel me? And you do have some people that in the mental health world, they don't think therapy is a thing. Music is therapy. Yes, music is therapy. So I
Mm-hmm.
really want to be able to talk about the right things. I really want somebody to be able to play my music and to get them through some really hard times. Not because the beats sound good, not because it's a little jingle jam. No, it's because I said something that did more than resonate. It gave you goosebumps.
Mm,
You know, it made you want to go to that person or go to yourself in that mirror and say, I'm sorry. I want those things. I want to give the kind of feel and message to where so people can take it and use it and grow with it, not just the jam to. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna have my
thank
decompressing music where you gonna shake a little something. You feel me? Like I'm still gonna have that, but it's gonna be a mixture. And it's
yeah,
not gonna ever be disrespectful unless you just one of them type of people that take everything disrespectful.
right.
I want to be that hood therapist through music. I do. I really do. And I wouldn't even call it hood. I just call it hood because I'm raw with mine. You feel me? I'm not
That's
gonna
it.
coddle you about I'm not gonna coddle you about I don't coddle my music about my things.
That's
So
right.
I'm very self-expressing. And I want people to do that. I feel like if you are more self-expressing, you are more real with yourself. You can accept a lot more truths with yourself, and with those things, life can be a whole lot easier than what you think. So many
Yes.
of us live in such a fairy tale, such a facade, dimmed light. Like they don't even really live in the real times. So if you start being real with yourself and start aligning yourself with things that are real, even with starting with the things that you eat, see, listen to, and put in your mouth, you feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you're gonna start living a different type of lifestyle. So that's the contribute. That's what I want to contribute to my community for sure.
I love that. I love that you are, and you say that you are the hood therapist. I think everyone, look, let me tell you something. Culture, sisterhood, SwagHer, those who are tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in and commenting. This is Phoenix Ryzun, and she is amazing. But let me
Absolutely.
tell you something. It is healthy, absolutely healthy, to have and need a therapist. Well,
Hmm.
I always say license is always the best, but it's definitely great to speak to someone that is not biased. It's not going to lie to you. It's not going to sugarcoat things for
Absolutely.
you, and that's real and raw. And those are the friends and people you need in your circle. Because if you have a bunch of yes men and a bunch of people
Hmm.
that just are quiet and let you talk, and you be dead wrong, and they don't ever correct you, they'll listen but correct you lovingly and say, "Look, you're doing too much. You're wrong. Don't think this way. Don't be this way. Let's fix it. Let's do something." I think is necessary, and I love the fact that you provide um, one, the disclosure to say, "Hey, I'm a hood therapist. I'm not saying I'm a licensed therapist." But
Absolutely.
two, that you are sharing those wisdoms, those stories, the storytelling of either like past tense or stuff that you see. You're sharing that. You giving free game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I love that you are putting yourself out that way. And I love that the person you have become and are, your talents must be celebrated, must be recognized. So, with that said, tell the good people of SwagHer Magazine and all the people that are tuned in where to find you, where to check you out, what's your next project, what you're working on, all that good stuff.
Okay, so you can actually find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. Phoenix Rising underscore no, Phoenix underscore Rising 2 Live, and then you have Phoenix underscore Rising on TikTok. Um, Also tap into the Crimson Soul page because that's where you're gonna find all of our everything over there that I'm tapped into. Um, what we have going on now is, and I say we because like I said, I'm now in with Crimson Soul. We are building our events. We are working on an EP right now that we actually start getting started today, as soon as we get off of here. As soon as we finish up today. So we got work to do today, building our content, building our audience, finding our audience, and really starting to cut records and you know, um, finding and making relationships with other types of producers and engineers for different sounds because we are very versatile. So
Yes.
that's what we're basically doing. We're gonna start working on our songs collectively together because you see us separately. Um, but if you have a great imagination, like a lot of us do, you can hear us together. You feel me? So we start working on our journey with that today. Like I said, we're cultivating events. We putting some intimate events together, where it's close family and friends, just for listening sessions. We'll have our vendors and things. My mom plan on being a vendor. I got a couple of food vendors that's going to be tagged along as well. We plan on making that a live stream as well. So if you can't come, you can tune in. You know, and that's where we're starting. We're gonna start actually tapping into some other venues and things, but we plan on getting on the road with this. We plan on getting on the road, hitting Delaware, hitting the East Coast, the Delawares, the Phillies.
The
We
Carolinas.
plan on yes, the Carolinas, girl. We coming. We
I
coming.
know.
We even got people in Jersey. You feel me? So we're gonna be moving around, moving around. So we got some things in store, definitely.
So let us know how we as Sisterhood Spotlight and SwagHer and those who are tuned in, because there are people tuned in, how we could support your movement. Because I know support comes in many different ways, and support is free a lot of times. So how can let it out your mouth to let us know how can we support the movement in your businesses.
The biggest way y'all can support is just like and share. Comment if
Yes,
you feel like it, like and share, but definitely share. It may not reach you today, but it's going to reach somebody tomorrow. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So that's all I ask for. That's all I need. That's all I need for my sisterhood. Just
That's right.
share, like, comment. You know what? We even take constructive criticism all day because how you gonna get better if your peers and the people around you don't help you? I didn't just get here with just the people that I named, but I also got people in my comments that didn't help me too, that didn't help push. So it's we all. If you think about it, we all are one. big family. It's all in what you're gonna do. What part of the family you gonna play? You
That's
know,
it.
are
That's
you
it.
know, you're gonna be in the background or you're gonna be on the front side by side with me, and we're gonna take it together.
I love it. And with that said, I love you. I really appreciate you. I really
Thank
love seeing you in this glow. Like
thank you so much.
you have grown. You have arisen. And
Oh man, come on with the
I'm proud of
teardrop.
you. I'm really proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I
Thank
am.
you.
Like real like I see it. I don't just like your words. It's of course I hear you, but I see it.
Yeah,
And we have history. So, with
yeah.
that, like
That's
I'm getting
that's why
emotional.
I'm
Just
like it's hitting
yeah,
different because it's like
I see it.
you know where you saw me, yeah, and you see me now.
Yeah. And I love it.
That
I
means a
love
lot.
this for you. I really do.
Thank you, girl. I
I
love you,
thank
girl.
I thank you all for tuning in so much. I thank you, Phoenix Rising. We will definitely support. Make sure you check her out and check her group
Yeah,
out and check out the tour dates because she is on tour. She's gonna be on tour, honey. She's gonna be on
yes,
tour. What?
yes.
She
Stay
spelled
in
tour.
tune for that because we coming up, baby.
That part. So definitely always support and help your sisters and celebrate your sisters, everyone. Sisterhood Spotlight is intended for that. We need that. It's important. When someone says it's not important for someone to help or support, they're lying. It's definitely supported. It's amazing and it's a good feeling to have someone even like, subscribe, share. It's necessary. It's free
Hmm.
love. It's free love.
Yeah.
So with that said, always remember that God loves you, and I do too. Thank you, Phoenix. I really appreciate you. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all for
so
tuning
much.
in. Have a good Saturday.